цели 303, 10 снарядов, огонь.
Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Yahweh Kakodash, Yahweh, which is the only true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his only true name is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much, as you saw in the clip that I just shared, you had Russia doing multiple missile launches, all right, hitting Ukraine, all right, shooting at the troops of Ukraine, all right. And this is what we're coming into. World War III is coming. And, you know, we've been saying this. Well, the elders, first and foremost, starting from them on down, all right, they've been saying this for years, all right. And this is starting to intensify. We're starting to see a lot of wars take place. We're seeing a lot of pestilences taking place amongst the earth. There's a lot of pestilences going on, man, all right, plagues. And Lord willing, that's edifying. We're going to get some scriptures out. This is Matthew 24:6, and this is what Yahushua said, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his true name is Yahushua. And this is what Yahushua predicted to the prophets, and this is what he said on to the apostles, all right, the prophets, the apostles, right? This is what he said unto them. It says, "And ye shall hear rumors of wars and of wars," and that's what's taking place right now, all right. The things that Yahushua was speaking of were the things of in this present time now. All right, because when you go in the scriptures and one of the apostles, I can't really remember off the hand, they asked the Lord, when will the end come? And he told him that, you know, you're not going to know yet. All right, you're not going to know. All right, none of us know. All right, the scriptures even say no man knoweth when the Lord come back. All right, no one knoweth when the world is going to end. But the end of the world is Esau's rulership. All right. And it says, "And ye shall hear rumors of wars," right? It says, "Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars." And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing Russia and Ukraine going back and forth right now. All right. There's other places as well. You know, you got Turkey, right? They had an earthquake, right? You have seen and heard a lot of things that's taking place on the earth, right? North Korea, etc. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." It says, "See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So these are rumors of war. All right. These are the rumors of wars. All right. But World War III is coming. And World War III, World War I, World War II, World War III is in the Bible. It is in the Bible, if you didn't know. Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And that's what's happening right now. All these foreign countries, they all want to rule. Starting from Esau on down. All these other countries want to rule. Even America, everyone wants to rule. So now it's going into nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. You got Russia trying to take over Ukraine, right? Ukraine is defending their area. Then you got America getting involved with that. Then you're going to have other wars take place. All the heathen nations, all these other countries want to rule. But none of them is going to rule after World War III. Because Esau believes that he's going to rule after World War III. But he's not going to rule. Yahushua is going to rule. This is Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, right? We got famines taking place. You got famine of food, famine of water, famine of the word. You got pestilences, right? Plagues, things that are taking place on the earth. You see the things that are going on amongst the earth. And earthquakes. Turkey had an earthquake killing 10,000 people, right? You got other things going on. You got rumors of wars. You got all these pestilences and plagues that the Lord is intensifying amongst the earth. You can see it happening in diverse places. It's happening amongst different regions on the earth. We see it. Verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. And this is just the beginnings. Alright, these are the beginnings of sorrows. Verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And this is what is getting ready to happen for the prophets, all right, the men of the Lord, because they're going to put in that famine of the word, and they're going to mark us as terrorists. You know, just giving an example. The scriptures say those that are godly in Yahushua shall suffer persecution, and it's coming. You know, these things are coming. Verse 10, it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another. It says, and shall hate one another. And we see that happening right now against the prophets, man. You got a lot of people demonizing us. Started from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. People are demonizing us. People is calling us a cult. People saying this about us, that about us, this about us. Hey, but Yahushua told us, man. He said they hated me. Know that they're going to hate you before they hated me. You know? But these are the things that are taking place right now. These are the things that are happening right now. Verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And there's many false prophets. You got these 501c3 charter Israelite groups, and you got these 501c3 charter religious groups, right? You got these Jehovah's Witnesses, these Apostolics, these Mormons, these Baptists, right? These thinking about it, Seventh-day Adventists, right? You got all these false doctrines, false religions, man. You got the Nation of Islam. You got all these false doctrines, man. And you got these 501c3 charter Israelite groups that's sold out under the 501c3. They're not teaching the truth. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? Verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So us as being men of the Lord, we received our calling, and we are to remain in that calling, Lord willing, to make it to the end, to the finish line, to be saved, to be delivered. But World War III is coming. And this is Revelations 9 and 12. Right? Let's get that out. This is Revelations 9 and 12. It says, one woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Now, the one woe is past is talking about World War I. Because when you go up into, starting at Revelations chapter 8, the end of Revelations chapter 8, like verse 30 or 29, and you read down from chapter 9 of verse 1 all the way down, it goes into the wars of World War I. Which I'm in right now. I'm in Revelations 9. And if you go up, it talks about the bottomless pit, which is Europe, and it goes into the description of World War III. I mean World War I, Salakia, of World War I, right? Because World War I is in the Bible. And when you read Romans 9, Salakia, elders and brothers, I'm going to say World War I. When you go into Romans 9, it talks about World War I. World War I is mentioned in the Bible. When you read above and you go to starting from the end of it. So starting from right here, right? When you probably a little bit up. Yeah. About verse 10 or 11, and you read on down, all this right here goes into World War I. So World War I is in the Bible. It says, and behold, there become two woes more after. Talking about World War II. World War II passed already. World War One happened. World War II happened. All right. World War II already passed already. It already happened. Right. Going into the Pearl Harbor. Right. Now when we go to Revelations 11 and I'll say verse 12. Right. Not 12. 14. Salakia. Revelations 11 and 14, it says the second woe was past, which was World War II. World War II passed already. And behold, there it says, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's what's getting ready to come. You see those missiles being launched. There's wars going on. There's rumors of wars, but those wars are going to lead into World War III. And World War III is going to come. World War III is going to happen, regardless if you believe in it or not. And when World War III does pop off, that's when we know. That's where the scriptures go into that Zechariah 13 and 8. Right? Let me get that out. Because when World War III happens, this is when that Zechariah 13 and 8 is going to occur. And let me get that out. Zechariah 13 and 8. Let's read that. Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die. Talking about the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They're going to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire when the nuclear missiles hit in World War III. It says, but the third shall be left therein. So the third, meaning the elect, is going to be delivered. Because you have the 144,000, which is all men. And then you're going to have the elect that's under that. That's going to be saved. So you're going to have the 144,000, which is the elect men. And you're going to have the elect that's under that. That's going to be saved. So that's what that's talking about. But 2/3 of our people, this Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, they're going to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire. Those that did not repent. Because World War III is going to occur. World War III is going to happen. All right. Nuclear missiles are in the Bible. And when you go to Jeremiah 51, here it is right here. This is Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon. Who is Babylon? What is Babylon? Babylon is this place called America. It says, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is talking about the nuclear missiles. As you can see, Russia has the greatest weaponry. America does not have the greatest weaponry. Russia does. Russia's weaponry is 10 years advanced. All right. Their weaponry is way stronger than America. Verse 2, it says, because they have the ICBM missile, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. That missile comes at least 600 to 700 miles per hour. You can't stop a missile that's coming that fast. You can't stop it. It says, and will send unto Babylon, which is America, fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, meaning making it desolate. For the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Talking about these foreign countries. Because these foreign countries are breaking their treaties with America. They see how weak America has become. And when you go into the scriptures of Joel chapter 3, right, and you read Joel chapter 3, it talks about that. Right? It talks about that. And also Daniel 7 and 8 talks about that. America brags about how great their military is, but these other countries can see how weak America has become. Verse 3, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. Those that launches the missile. And against him that lifteth himself up in his braggadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. And this is what is happening. A nuclear missile. That bow is a nuclear missile. Verse 4, it says, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, which are the Edomites. It says, and they that are thrust through her in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, right? Talking about the northern kingdom, nor Judah, the southern kingdom, of his power, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Verse 6, and this is talking about spiritually, your mind. This is not talking about actually going, fleeing out of Babylon. Because you got jakes out here that read this verse right here, and they literally saying flee Babylon. No, this is talking about spiritually. Your mind spiritually. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. See, spiritually. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And that her is talking about America. America is going to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire. Now, all this stuff is being stirred up because the Lord is intensifying his judgment, right? Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Who is our creator? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? So the Lord is intensifying his judgment. The Lord is intensifying his judgment. Why these evil days aren't fully in effect? Because we are in evil days, but not fully in effect yet. Right? You want to be remembering your creator, who is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And that's what we're doing. There's a lot of wars taking place on the earth. There's a lot of things that's happening amongst the earth. All right? There's a lot of things that's happening amongst the earth. All right? And I got this article.
I mean, look what's right in front of this building.
And I'm going to play this article because I was just watching this before I uploaded this video to do this video. But Ukraine was bombed by Russia. This is recent. If you check, it says 12:31 Saturday, March 25th. This is right now as I'm speaking. This is live playing. Ukraine was bombed by Russia. All right, so let's play it. Slovakia, if it'll play.
For now, a top Ukrainian military commander says Ukrainian troops could soon go on the offensive in Bakhmut. He says Russia is losing a significant number of forces in what has become a prolonged struggle to For now, a top Ukrainian military commander says Ukrainian troops could soon go on the offensive in Bakhmut. He says Russia is losing a significant number of forces in what has become a prolonged struggle to take the city. Meanwhile, the cleanup is underway in parts of Ukraine after Russia unleashed a wave of deadly attacks on Wednesday. This is the moment of impact when a missile hit a building in Zaporizhia in what Ukraine calls a deliberate strike on civilians. Our Ivan Watson talked to one of the residents.
Missile hit is here, and my apartment is there's kitchen, my parents' room, and my room. When it happened, I heard a loud explosion. I saw a fire, and I covered my head.
Pavel and Anna Chorny are taking me up to their apartment. They're right next to, they're part of the same building that was hit today.
Давайте оружие нам, оружие. Давайте оружие.
There's a crater right next door in the side of the building. Pavel says this does not scare him. Please give us more weapons.
And Ivan Watson joins us now from Zaporizhia. Ivan, an incredible conversation, and people still living in that building despite it having been struck by a missile just, a day and a half ago?
Yesterday, basically. And sure, that family, they're on the 4th floor there, and they stayed in their apartment without electricity, without heat, but determined to stay in their homes. You can see that now, 24 hours after the strike, some of the hard work of cleaning up the damage is now underway. And I'd just like to kind of point out to you, look what's right in front of this building that was hit by Russian missiles. The Ukrainian authorities say, there's a playground here. There are children playing here. This is a residential neighborhood. As we pivot over to here, Julia, you can see the humanitarian assistance and the different charity organizations that are coming in to help people after this building was hit. There's distribution of aid and so on. You can see that Médecins Sans Frontières is on the scene now. But I think let's bring it back to what actually took place. These are 9-story apartment buildings. There are ordinary people living here, families. Children were among the 34 wounded, at least one person killed here. And this isn't just one freak, perhaps accident that maybe a deadly long-range projectile went off course. Zaporizhia's apartment buildings have been hit multiple times in this city, which is about 30-40 minutes drive away from active front lines in the past. And it's not the only city that has been hit. This is a recurring pattern where Russia fires deadly long-range projectiles that slam into apartment buildings in cities that are far from the front lines. If you look at the angle of these buildings, they're facing in the direction of the southwest, okay? And you can see the crater, the impact came from that direction. And the Russian military is occupying territory to the southwest. So it is very clear that that is the direction that this deadly long-range projectile came from. and then again slammed into residential buildings, part of a pattern we have seen for months across this country. And without a concrete military objective, you know, there are not tanks here or weapons producing things or barracks for soldiers, one must come to the conclusion that a goal is to target civilians, to hurt ordinary innocent people who are not combatants. That is the only conclusion that I can come to when I see this kind of damage with children playing in the playground right in front of it. Julia.
Yeah, stark images, and to your point, more evidence of war crimes, it seems. Ivan Watson, good to have you with us. Thank you in Zaporizhzhia there.
So there you go. So you had, it said 1 person killed and 34 injured, but when you looked at it, it said at least 10 killed and 34 injured. So it's letting you know, man, these rumors of wars are starting to play out, and it's all of the establishment and fulfillment of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So let's read some stuff. Let's see if we can get in here. It says 16 people have been killed in the latest wave of Russian strikes on Ukraine. So 16 killed. So it went from 1 being killed, then it said 10 being killed, now it's 16. So they don't know which one it is. It says Ukraine Kharkiv's military says Saturday the Russian shelling has hit more than 100 settlements across the country. Ukraine says fighting around the eastern city of Bakhmut has stabilized. Russia is pushing hard to capture the city and land in rare but largely symbolic victory. So Russia's trying to take over Ukraine. All right, and this is that nation against nation, right? That we read in Matthew 24, right? And it says more than 5,000 prisoners have been pardoned after serving with Russia's forces. The chief of the Wagner mercenary group says Wagner plays a key role in fighting and has relied on convicts to bolster its forces. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky, if I'm saying it right, Slovakia, expressed optimism that cooperation with European allies could bring victory by the end of the year, but warned of delays in the delivery of armament. So you want to read down, you can read about it, all right, about Ukraine. You know, it's a lot to read on. It's a good article, but this is live, all right. This has happened today. So it's letting you know, man, you know, we are in the last days, and we've been in the last days. So I'm in it there with that. All right, Lord willing, lessons edifying. I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Yahweh Kakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations, hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad. Put forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So hey, man, World War III is coming. It's just a matter of time. So, you know, while you're in this truth, you know, you're a novice in this truth, or you've been in this truth for a while, it's time to start praying to Yahweh Shai and start getting ourselves right and start staying focused more on the ministry. Because there's a lot of things that's taking place, and you don't want to be caught up on the unawares. So, Lord willing, that's what's edifying. Till next time I say, shalom.